So this is a fairly recent kind of release out of Lead Docket, and we find it super valuable, very simple to set up, and extremely important for your data integrity of your Lead Docket. So what I want to show you today is, let me just show you kind of the use case first, right? So here's a lead that you're looking at. It's a chase lead, and we're working on them, and we'll talk to you more about other things in here. But if I want to say, I want to come in here and I'm going to change this lead, I signed this up. Let's say I signed up this lead. So what we did is, when I try to save it, check out this information. It says, wait a minute, contact city field is required and incident date is also required. Now note that if I come in here, I'm gonna go ahead and save these changes. It's gonna stop me, right? It's not gonna let me do it. So a couple of things that are important to note. The first one is, if I go back to my lead docket, this one. If I go back to my lead, you notice that the city is not really required on the create lead moment, right? And not the incident date either. The incident date is not required. So the powerful part of this is that you allow your intake to create the lead without a city and without an incident, because as we know, sometimes intake has to create a lead quickly so they can send a contract, or sometimes they have to create a lead for somebody who they don't know. They haven't asked the city, they haven't gotten to that point yet. So creating required fields at the entry part of Lead Docket, on the lead entry form, is not always the most efficient way to do that. So we have now the ability to select status required fields. So let me go back to my Peter Parker lead. And one really cool thing is, I try to move it to sign up, so I couldn't. And it leaves me a note, which I think is really nice as well. So I can go back and I can remember, what was the field that I needed to do again? This is the field right here. It's contact field for the city, and the incident date is also required. So if I go in here and I set them up, I'm able to now push it to sign up. This allows, again, your data to be much more pristine on your sign up cases or in any other statuses as well. So for example, you can set these required fields to any status. Let me show you how to do that. So if I go into a status, again, you go into manage and statuses. You see this list of statuses. I'm going to show you what I just did for the sign up, but you can do the same thing for any other statuses. If I go into it, and if I scroll down at the very end, you will see required fields, and I've set these fields to be required. I can add new ones, I can change the old ones, and I want to show you one other trick that I think is really cool. Is first, it's going to ask you which case type, right? Which case type you want to do it. So I'm going to pick one in here, but I can pick multiple as well. Then it's going to ask me, all right, for this sign up, maybe you can select the substatuses as well. We don't have a substatuses in here. It's going to ask you which field do you want. So let me ask, for example, were you injured? It also allows me to select which answers I want to accept. So for me to sign up, it has to be yes, for example. So these are conditionals inside that field logic. So these are also really neat for you to make sure that your intake, no mistakes or anything happens in there. So you can save that change and you will see that field applied right in here as well. If you hit save, now I go back to my Peter Parker, and again, I think Peter Parker has injured as yes. So that's not going to be, were you injured is no. So again, if I try to come in here and push it to signed up, it's going to give me another message, right? And also saying, were you injured required one of the following. So really interesting kind of key. I hope this helps. This really helps our clients make sure that their data is coming in clean, and all the leads that when they're sign up specifically is when we see this used the most. It makes sure that their leads are pristine before they push this to Filevine or other case management system. I hope this helps.